Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypt Custodian. At the end of the previous video, we got the dig ability. So the first half of this video is going to be mostly digging. So let's leave the well and go back up past where we fought the imposter so that we can access that circle of dirt and start digging. Make sure to flip that switch so that you have a path to dig through. And let's dig downward. Keep on going down. And in the next room, we're going to go down again. Once you get into this area, we need to go to the right. And there is a hidden room back here that holds Roy's third photo and gives us the Roy's memory trophy. So you can take a look at his life here. He had a pretty sad demise, I think. And then he got impostered, so that makes it worse. So now we're going to go to the easternmost, the back well over by the Roy painting. And we're going to head over to the left. We have not been in this area yet. We'll have a few enemies here. Just keep working your way through the area. And we're going to exit up. This brings us to a room we previously were in, but we did not go up. So let's do that now. And in that circle of dirt, we want to dig. Just follow the path to where we can dig underneath that gate. And when we pop up, we'll be in Demon's Point. This is a new area that we're going to come back to later on in the video. For now, we just want to grab the wide reach upgrade. It increases your attack distance, so it's pretty useful. Now we're going to go ahead and warp again. So let's go over to Moldstone Pass. Go to the right. We'll have a few enemies to take out, but nothing crazy. Here we want to exit that room going down. Having that haunted helper really saves your skin sometimes. So exit this room to the right. And we need to make our way across these moving platforms. Be careful not to fall. And right here we have another digging area. So go ahead and dig and work your way back to the left. It's funny how you can dig through floating platforms, huh? Just follow the path around and down, and this is a new room. You'll have to again dig through these floating platforms going to the left. And then we can dig underneath the gate above us to free trapped spirit number 15. And then, of course, you have a switch to lower the gate. Let's exit to the left. And we can go down. ride the platform going over to the left. And work your way down around these platforms. This brings us back to Sculptor's Peak. We're going to go over to the well that's on the left. Here, I'll make a quick save. We just came over to this well only to save. We're about to exit to the right. And we're going to go to that unexplored area on the right of this room as well. Over there you have a switch, we have a circle of dirt, and we have a gate up there. So what you want to do is use your spirit split to walk over to the switch and hit the button, and immediately you want to dig so that you can make it underneath the gate before that gate retracts. Before the bridge retracts, and then we will get the flawless bounty upgrade, and we'll be able to jump back when we hit the switch. That gate will lower. So let's go back over to the well, and we're going to continue over to the left. Here we'll have a couple of enemies. You can run past them or you can take them out. It's completely up to you. And we want to exit all the way to the left and down. I don't know how I managed to just die by falling off the side when I have all these enemies here that could have killed me. I just managed to do it myself. Man, that guy jumps way too much. So we're going to exit going up and to the left. And right here, I'm sure you remember that trapped spirit. Just dig right underneath and release trapped spirit number 16. From here, we're going to go ahead and warp to the Weeping Wastes over by the cat in the jar. We can go and see what sort of rewards are waiting for the spirits that we have freed. So we get an upgrade point, we get a bunch of garbage, and more garbage. So we're getting really, really close to the end of finding all the spirits. We have only 4 left. Let's head back down to the well, and we are going to teleport over to the Sinner's Inn. Now, when I come over here, you do not have to do this at this point. You can warp over to the Sinner's Inn and the Cat in the Jar anytime you like. This is just the times that I pick to go. It really doesn't matter. Now I'm going to talk to Marla, and I have enough garbage to buy the rest of her upgrades. So now we've gotten all of that from Marla. We cannot buy anything from her again, but she'll say we're always welcome to come and visit anyway. If you have any leftover garbage and you would like to go speak to Big Lisa, you can pick up a couple more upgrade points that allows you to be able to equip even more upgrades. Now that we're back at the well, I have several upgrade points that I can use, so I'm going to go through and choose the ones I think will be most helpful for me. We will be defeating a boss at the end of this video, so we'll have another opportunity to do this right before the boss fight, but for now, since I have so many points, I'm just looking at everything and trying to decide what's going to be most beneficial. Of course, I chose the one that increases the attack distance. That is always helpful, you know, to keep you from losing health when you're fighting enemies. Not taking damage from falling is also pretty important. So once you're finished messing around with your upgrades, we're going to warp back over to Moldstone Pass. And at this well, make a quick save. And we are going to leave this room going up. And we'll exit to the right. This room here, we have not gone up yet, so let's do that now. This will take us to a new room. And there will be several enemies here. Be careful of their attacks. Sometimes those boomerangs are just so annoying, and when you're walking around on these platforms, it seems kind of unavoidable to get hit. Let's exit that room to the right, and you'll see there are moving platforms, and there's also a bubble dash, so use that to get across. And we're going to go up into the next room. This is a time trial room. It's just like all the others. You just have to try to work with the moving platforms to be able to capture the clock. And once you do that, you are rewarded with an upgrade point. Now that we're finished with that, we're gonna follow the moving platforms and exit to the right. Lots of garbage around here. And at this point, your garbage is mostly going to be to buy upgrade points from Big Lisa. Once we go into this next room, we are in Demon's Point, but we're at a different area than where we were before. Read the note that's posted up on the fence, and you'll see Kendra doesn't want anyone in the amusement park. All the rides have been turned off, and she warns anyone to leave. Of course, we're not going to leave. So make your way through this room, taking out the enemies along the way. And we can either go to the right or we can go up. Let's start by going up. This is a well room. So go ahead and save if you wish. And you'll see this is some sort of a ride, but it isn't moving. Just jump across the platforms and head up. Exit to the left. And we run into curse number 10. This is the die-in one-hit curse. I am not going to take the easy route this time. I'm going to stay in Demon's Point and defeat this curse. Let's exit to the left. Use your boomerang dash to make your way across these platforms. I don't know why it pulled me back that time. It should have let me get on there. Keep going to the left. And here you can hit that switch and grab the locked on special attack. This is one of my favorite attacks. it's a circle of pretty much homing fireballs. Once you've grabbed that, we can go back to the right and boomerang dash our way across the platforms. From here, we're going to go up and to the right. And this brings us to a little puzzle. You need to boomerang all of the balloons in one go. So let your boomerang go up and then run across, and the boomerang will follow you. It'll drop that gate and you can get an upgrade point. From here, we want to head down. This takes us in a circle. Let's head over to the right this time. We will have enemies for keys. Once you take out all the enemies, a gate will lower and we'll be able to access a new area. Thanks, Haunted Helper. Made that a whole lot easier. And now we're going to exit down. So as you can see, going to the left brings you back to the well room. So let's go to the right. We get one of these statues that releases enemies in waves. Be very careful. If you get hit once, you will die because of the curse. But this is a good place to knock out some of the enemies that you have to defeat to break the curse. Let's go over to the right and you'll see that you can go either up or down. We are first going to head down. And you'll see there's a switch over there that is blocked by a gate. So we'll have to come back to that later. We've broken the curse. We get an upgrade point. And we also earn the Curse Crusher trophy. And that is for breaking every curse in the game. So good news, we do not have to do any more curses. Let's exit that room going up. And you'll see there's more rides that are not working. And as you go up, you'll run into Rusty. He is a raccoon. And he's trying to get the rides working again, but doesn't really know how to work the generator. So we can help him out just by hitting it with our broom. And this is going to get all the rides moving again, which is going to be kind of a pain. It's helpful in one way, but it does make our job a little bit more difficult. So jump on the ride, ride your way over to the platform on the right, and head into a new area. And you'll see that over here we do not have enough reach with the boomerang to dash across. Even though it shows this room, you can exit up or to the right. But for right now, we just can't access that. So let's head back to the left. Jump on the ride and ride your way down. These enemies are always here. It's so strange. Sometimes the enemies will disappear when you take them all out, but those guys don't. I went down there thinking I'd be able to leave to the right, but I forgot that we have to access that room from another way. So let's head back over to the well room. Here we'll have to jump on that ride there. Hop down near the well. You can save if you wish. And we're going to head down In the room below us, we can access a new room that is on the right. So we're going to head over there now. And this has a ride that's a little different. We're going to hop on and make our way around this strange little ride and hop off to the right. Take out the enemies that are here. And when we head up into the next room, this should give us access to open up that gate by hitting the switch. Now we don't have to go around. We want to jump on these spinning blocks. And when it turns the right way, we can jump off and air dash to the right. And we want to exit to the right. In this room, we won't be able to get off of this ride until we defeat the two enemies. They're not too hard, and the Haunted Helper is very helpful. Once you take these guys out, we can jump on the permanent bridge to the right. And this is a new room. Take the enemies out and watch out for their attacks. I just noticed that the Haunted Helper's attacks, if he shoots a fireball and it hits garbage, it will break it up for you. I don't know why it took me this long to notice. So in this room, we can either exit to the right or we can go up in the middle. Or we can head down. So let's go down first. This is an enemies for keys situation. And you can see that we're going to be rewarded with a trapped spirit once we take all of these enemies out. Once they are all defeated, go and release spirit number 17. And then we'll head out of this room going up. Now back here, we can either go up or we can go to the right. Let's head over to the right first. And there is a challenge chest waiting for us here. It's always the same. Take out all the enemies without taking any damage. We're gonna have quite a few. And it's all the same sort of ghosts with masks. I don't really know what they are. To me, they look like ghosts wearing masks. Once you finish the challenge, you'll be rewarded with an upgrade point. And let's exit this room going to the right. Here we'll have several of these spinning devil rides. There will be some enemies here. You can ignore them if you want. Exit going down. Hit the switch. And you'll see this is the other side of where we got the upgrade from the back. So it takes you back to the back. Now we've just connected those two different areas by doing that. So head back up. There's really nowhere else for us to go here. And we can hop back onto the demon ride. You can take out the enemies or you can ignore them. It is completely up to you. And we want to exit going up. And here, when you go to the right, you'll see that we enter an area that has a dumpster with a lot of garbage, and it also has a photo. This will be Rusty's first photo. You can take a look at it. He was really cute. I think raccoons are cute. I see them a lot where I live. They're a bunch. That's all we needed over there. So exit to the left. And in this room, we can either go to the left or we can go up. Let's go to the left first. And we're going to encounter a bunch of saws going back and forth across platforms. Carefully make your way through the area without getting sawed. Just to clear out this area to make it easier for us to navigate, I'm going and taking out the enemies. Continue to the left. You can avoid the saws above and below you by just jumping over the water and exit to the left. Here the saws are moving a whole lot faster, so very carefully make your way to the left. You have to jump over that one singular saw and grab Rusty's second photo. Here, let's avoid the saws and exit going up. And you'll see you have a ride, but there's fire spitting out, so work your way along the bottom and exit to the left. Jump on these moving platforms, use the bubble dash to make it across, and you can speak to Rusty again, and he's talking about a ride that never ends and wants us to let him know if we find anything like that, because he's looking for something very thrilling. Hit the switch and it opens up a permanent bridge going to the left. For now, we're going to exit to the top of the room, avoid the saws, and exit to the right. This room, again, we have the fire spitting out, so you have to carefully air dash your way across. And let's exit going up. This is going to take us to a time trial where we'll get an upgrade point. This is pretty self-explanatory. Do your best to catch the clock on the spinning demon ride. It's not too difficult. And then you can collect your upgrade point. Once we've done that, we'll exit down. And from here, we can go over to the right into a new room. Again, we have the saws. Just do your best to avoid them. Let my haunted helper take a few shots at these guys, make it just a little bit easier for me to get rid of them. And then we can exit down. This is a room we've entered before, but you can see that if we go over to the right, that's a new room that we haven't been in. Here we have a well room, and if you hop over to the right, you'll get Rusty's final photo, and you see he actually had a pretty good life. We get the Rusty's Memory Trophy for collecting all of his photos. You would think something bad might happen once he gets, you know, into the dump truck, but turned out everything was okay. Here we want to save. You want to go and equip anything that you might need for this boss fight coming up, because we're going straight into one. As far as your special attacks, I think I'm going to keep the fireball here, but you could also benefit from the locked on The one that's all the way to the right so far, the yellow arrow, it is very good. And for most of the boss rush, I use that one. There are a couple of times that I use the fireball. Your upgrades, it's really up to you. This guy's pretty tough, and if I remember right, the boss that comes next is actually easier than this one. So go through everything that you have and pick whatever you think is going to be most beneficial to you. This is going to take place on a ride, so keep that in mind. Once you hop on the ride, you'll have a minute to speak to Rusty, and he is gonna say, you know, it's really not what he thought it would be. And then you see your enemy pop up. This is the Rail Rider. We're gonna have to avoid several different attacks from him. You have those spinning sun saw things. This is the only time you can really hit him, is when your cart moves up. If you see the cart you're standing on flash, that means he's about to either land on that or he's about to slide across it and damage you. Now, he always does, like when you have the opportunity to hit him and the carts move, it's always the same carts. It never changes. His attacks change, but which cart you need to be on does not change. Haunted Helper is going to help us out with this. Be sure to use your special attack when you can. And once he is defeated, you will earn the Risky Ride trophy, and that's for defeating the Rail Rider. We can talk to Rusty, and he's perfectly fine, even after getting hit by the Rail Rider. We're going to ask Rusty to join us in breaking into the palace, and he will agree and become our 8th friend. Once this dialogue is complete, we will pull up to the well, make your save, and we are going to end this video here. So thank you all so much for watching. Please hit like and subscribe so you can always be notified when I have a new video, and I can't wait to see everybody back here in part 12. Until then, Khajiit always has wares.